Hey everybody, welcome to Nuggets Hustle. I am Leo. I'm here with my good buddy Donnie. Donnie, how you doing, man?
Doing great, buddy. Sitting in your new house.
Hey.
Still got the Christmas vibe going.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I love it.
it's gonna be vibing for a while.
Yeah,
It's gonna be. I can't believe I just said that. Yeah, it's gonna be up for a while. But yeah, man, we are enjoying the new spot. And we're even enjoying more so a Nuggets win from last night.
yeah, much needed.
Yeah, we haven't looked good, but we know we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But it was good to end the 2024 home season at least on a win.
hmm
So, what do you think, man? You ready to get this going?
Yeah, let's bring it in.
All righty, Donnie. Good to have you back, everybody. Um,
hmm
we are talking a little bit about, the new year and what the new year has to bring. So make sure, Donnie, as we're talking, feel free to share some of your New Year's resolutions.
Will do.
But before we get started, before we talk about anything as far as games or anything like that, I want to mention that I know that we have a winning record. I feel like we've been so bad lately
Yeah.
that I've forgotten to complain about Zeke Naji. And and that's not really fair to pick on him because he hasn't played a whole lot. But I remember the days, the glory days when I used to just complain about Zeke.
Yeah, like he was the fall guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And now it's
I you know what? You just brought one up for me. I'm gonna stop complaining about Zeke. We know who he is. Um, you know,
I haven't found a need to lately.
yeah.
So
I mean, not got any minutes, which helps, but yeah, and I mean last night's win was really nice.
yep,
It was good. But then you rewind to the night before against the Cavs, and don't get me wrong, I think losing to the Cavs isn't the worst loss in the world, especially seeing as where the Cavs are at right now.
yeah,
However, it was in the fashion we lost.
yeah.
You know,
We were on pace to give up 180
yeah.
for a while.
I think I texted you. We gave up 130 with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
That's nuts.
Yeah, the defense has been, to me, that's the main topping point or
Yeah,
talking point. Yeah.
yeah.
So, but
Well,
you want to share any of your resolutions before we move on?
oh man, I was thinking that with my newborn on the way, my one of my resolutions this year, with you want to feed them, make sure they get enough sleep by November, because my newborn should hopefully be here soon,
Yeah.
March,
Yeah.
middle of March. They need to be able to understand and convey the depths and complexities of the flex offense by November. And if they can't, I don't know what we're gonna have to do as far as maybe,
That's a 100% reasonable
yeah,
request.
yes. And
Um,
I think it's something that it's attainable. It's not too tough.
mhm.
So I'm really looking forward to what they come up with. But also, I did want to say that with the Nuggets' recent play, I am very happy with Russell Westbrook.
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
Big fan so far. When you're looking at, okay, let's just compare. Let's start with the year that we won. The main guy off the bench was Bruce Brown.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he had probably a permanent career year. I mean, now he's more of plays a lot more elsewhere.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, we were never gonna be able to pay him. So then we moved to Reggie Jackson, who I will be honest, beginning of the year, the first half of the year, dude, I was very satisfied. He was everything that we just asked him to do.
Yep.
Um,
100%.
and then just kind of fell off, and those kind of players are so important in the playoffs. And that's when you could just tell age had kind of caught up.
Yep.
And then we move on to Russ, and you're talking, you're worried about age being a factor. He has not had very good years the past, I don't know, ever since kind of he left OKC. But I think a problem with that is number one, a lot of teams expected him to still be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is maybe the first team that he's been at where we've accepted like you are just a role player now.
Yeah.
And when it comes to athleticism and hustle and his basketball IQ, um, that has not dropped.
No.
It's the shooting.
Yeah.
It's the shooting. And
The consistent shooting.
and he does make some boneheaded mistakes,
Yeah.
but he's done that his whole career. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
you got to live with those, man.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I've been very satisfied. He brings the energy off the bench. Um, I love the way he plays defense. I think, didn't he recently become like the most, or he has the most rebounds of any point guard ever?
I do believe so.
Yeah, and rebounding, we put a lot of that on one guy.
We do.
So
Yeah, I think he did that last week, right?
yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
yeah. I mean, the guy, I'm not expecting him to give us the triple double every night.
No.
Number one, he's probably not going to play that kind of time anyway.
Yeah.
Um, but I think he's been a solid improvement from Reggie Jackson. Um, I don't really want to compare him to Bruce Brown because Bruce Brown, he was also on a very different team.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um, but yeah, I mean, overall, I'm satisfied with the signing. And I mean, and you look at what his cap hit is, right? Like we're paying him pennies for a guy
For what
who
we're getting.
exactly.
Yep.
But yeah, do you have any thoughts on that? Because I know you and I's thoughts going into the season with him were very different, like both of us.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, at first I was like, it's a bad decision, and then I was like, it's a great decision, and then I was like, it's a bad decision, and now I'm like, I've been a roller coaster.
Hmm.
But man, he has proven himself to say the least.
Yeah.
Love him on the team. Uh, man, he was such a pest last night.
Yeah.
He was
Getting out and running.
Isaiah Stewart. He got Isaiah Stewart a technical.
Did
He got JB Bickerstaff a technical.
he? Okay.
Um, without getting himself one, which is cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's a win.
Yeah, that's a win. Sometimes I feel like his efforts are empty calories.
False hustle.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But also, you nailed it, Donnie, when you're like, that's just he's done that his whole career. He's that guy. Like he's gonna make the extra effort when no one else really is. And sometimes it's gonna be for nothing.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes it's gonna end up in 4 points or 6 points in 20 seconds.
Yeah.
So I love that about Russ.
Yeah.
And I love that he's on our team. And negative Leo needs to get out of here because man, Russ is awesome. And I love Zeke too. See, look at that. Look at that positive Zeke talk.
It just it's a new year for you, my friend.
I know, man. I know. You know what's funny is Jeff Teague was on a podcast. I forget what he was on, but he said the other night, he's like, right, that every last guy off every bench in the NBA averaged 40 in high school
Yeah.
and then 20 in college.
Yeah.
It, there are no scrubs. So every time I'm frustrated with Zeke, it's not because I think he's bad.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
it's because I'm like, dude, we're just waiting for you to break that shell.
Yeah. Like if the whole like transfer portal in college now,
Yeah.
like if guys from the NBA that were on the bench that were like, I could go back and get a few more years,
Yep.
if they allowed that, Zeke would be one of the top. He's a freak
Can
athlete.
be a first round draft pick.
He's a decent shooter.
Yeah.
Um, it's just, I mean, you're playing at the highest level in the world.
At the fastest level.
Yeah, like
Hmm.
it's been a tough transition. I don't know how it's gonna play out.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get to trade talks. That's a lot going on there,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
um, yeah, Zeke Naji, I still just I look at him and I'm just like, dude, you could be the guy.
Yeah.
Like
Or one of them.
yeah, one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can be our guy,
yeah.
but you could be one of them. That's what's frustrating. At least one of them, one of the most valuable ones off the bench. But, you know, maybe growth, maybe development,
Hmm.
maybe a trade. We'll
Yeah.
talk about it.
Do you do you have any like New Year's resolutions for the starting five?
Um, yes, I feel like we need to see at least 20. I feel like 20 is a fair number. That's five per quarter, 5 times 4. Yeah, 20. 20 pick and rolls between Nikola and Jamal a game.
Yeah.
20.
Yeah, and you mentioned this the other night, and we were talking about how, you go back to the year we won it, that two-man game, and even early last year, two-man game was deadly. I mean, it was unstoppable.
And it's not even that it's selfish basketball. It gets other people involved
Yeah,
because everyone crashes on that.
100%.
So I feel like it's a bread and butter play.
Yeah. And I,
Do
I
it.
and I didn't really notice until recently. You're like, we've kind of moved away from that.
It wasn't working for some reason at the beginning of the year. So we tried different things. We ran the 4 up or whatever, the horns offense or whatever. and Nikola can create anything.
Hmm.
But man, why I just when Jamal puts his head down and wants to score,
Hmm.
um, he's not just going to put his head down. He's also going to look up. He just looks like he's only has his head down and has that tunnel vision. So I would like to see more of it, man.
Yeah.
That's my resolution for those two. Aaron Gordon needs to stay off the floor until he's healthy. That's my resolution for him.
Hmm.
Don't come back when you're good.
Yeah.
Come back when you're perfect.
Yeah. So we can count on long term.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we need that. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah. What about you, man? Do you have one?
Um, with, you know, I'm going to be a little critical of a guy, but it's because he's earned the criticism. It's
Hmm.
Christian Brown.
Ooh, okay. Yeah,
Um,
let's hear it.
I'm going to put some good things out there. I've loved his defensive effort. And I kind of talked to you about this the other night. I feel like sometimes with his defense, his effort is definitely there.
Hmm.
But sometimes I feel like he doesn't realize that he's relying maybe a little too much on his athleticism rather than just positioning,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Like that to me, that's the biggest difference on the defensive side with him and KCP. Um, you know, Christian Brown is a little bit longer, a little bit more of a unit in there compared to KCP,
Yeah.
but KCP was phenomenal with his defensive positioning.
Oh, 100%. He
Like,
had to be. He's smaller, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I just feel like if Christian Brown could kind of, maybe pay a little bit more attention to that and incorporate it into his game, he'd be even more of a nuisance on defense.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean, the 3-point shooting with him, I think he hit what? He hit a couple against the Cavs, but it was late and it was they were kind of just worthless
Yeah.
at that point.
I didn't catch that one.
Yeah, it wasn't like his 3-point shooting. I don't really need him to be doing what KCP did. We just need you to hit those corner threes.
Man,
Need you to hit the wide open ones.
come on.
Yeah, and other than that, though, I mean, I'm giving him this criticism because he's earned it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
been a revelation for us.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. And then MPJ, um,
Man, he can shoot the crap out of the ball.
yeah, like keep shooting. Even if you're having a cold night, keep shooting. I have noticed he misses some reads sometimes,
Hmm.
which I would
On offense or defense?
on offense
Oh, okay.
and on defense.
I mean,
But
this is, I was like,
yeah,
sometimes I wonder if that's his job is to miss reads on defense, but
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
sometimes he makes some really great plays and great blocks. But other times I'm like, bro, do you know that we're on defense?
yeah. Well, so a coach told me once that the best defenders, they're not going to have those highlight reel blocks all the time,
Yeah.
because if you're in position and you're doing the right thing, then you're playing the right defense.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, and actually I heard this also in the world of soccer.
That makes
There's
sense.
like there was like this highlight reel of a very famous defender who was like, all these crazy slide tackles, like last second tackles that were perfect. But there was an older coach that was kind of talking. He's like, those are great. Don't get me wrong. But he's like, if that guy could have avoided that, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel
Yeah.
like with MPJ, sometimes he relies a little bit too much on his length,
Yep.
his size.
Hmm.
I mean, that should be, in my opinion, last resort.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, I don't know. I think overall, when it comes to starting five, just defense,
Oh man.
dude.
We have to quit letting everybody dribble to the basket
Yeah.
because then it creates a skip pass three, which in the pros you do your dribble drive attack, you kick out to a corner, swing, 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 triple.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah, I feel like every time
you,
they set a screen, the guy guarding the guy coming off the screen, it's like he gets thrown into the underworld or the underground, like in Stranger Things. I mean, goodness gracious, like
yeah.
I mean,
Oh my God, man,
it's
that's
like
so
it's
true.
like he loses himself. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
it's just a screen, man.
Yeah.
Like it's coming. It's basketball.
Yeah. You've probably gone through 100 of these
Yeah, like just
in the last month.
the awareness, and then also the guy defending the guy setting the screen, especially if it's a big, you got to open up a little bit.
Yeah.
You gotta like help him through.
It's
You
called
know?
hedge and recover for a reason.
Yes, yes,
I don't know.
yeah. Like it's
I'm
just
not saying you can't hedge everybody.
Yeah.
There are some players you cannot have. There are some that you just kind of have to show and pray.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and Steph is one of them because if
Yes.
you hedge too much,
Hmm.
then he'll bury you.
Hmm.
And I usually Nikola and Jamal are the same way,
I know.
but when we play pity patty,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, I I agree. We got to play better defense,
Yeah.
and more attentive defense. Like
Hmm.
you were saying, like those crazy blocks shouldn't be happening as often as they are.
They're gonna
When
happen.
no, yeah,
Yeah,
and that's great.
I'm just saying like it's just
Is it?
happening too often.
Yeah,
Like to the point of
we're getting we're gonna get into foul trouble.
yeah, right? Like I mean we saw some calls the past couple we've seen calls over the course of our entire NBA watching life of just awful calls. But I mean, Joker should yeah, I don't know. And I think one of the issues I have with the defense is people are ragging on Joker for his defense. And don't get me wrong, he could probably improve his defense. I think he
Hmm.
could.
Yeah,
However, when those ball screens happen, then it becomes a 2-on-1 because, like I said, that guy who gets screened is just gets thrown into the matrix. I mean, he's
yeah,
gone. Like,
yeah,
where are you going, dude?
yeah.
Um, and then Nikola, we've talked about this. If he gets in foul trouble,
We are done for.
we're toast.
Yep.
Yeah, just sit him at that point
Sit the
for the
rest
rest
of
of the
them
game. Yeah,
because it's not going to matter.
yeah.
Couldn't agree more, Donnie. And also, I think he tries to play. I hope he plays percentages like, you know, De'Aaron Fox is maybe someone you want to show out on more,
Hmm.
where Steph is someone you have to show out, but you can't completely sell. Like you
Yeah,
have to make game time, you have to make business decisions
yeah,
with these guards,
yeah.
especially these all stars, because uh, Job will probably end up wanting to go to the basket more than likely than shooting.
Hmm.
So, but also you're right, like foul trouble, and also it's hard to guard two people.
It is.
Like
It is.
it's hard to guard two people. So when you're on a screen, again, you have to make decisions. Do I show and let
Hmm.
him just dish to my to his center and bam, and then I get blamed for playing lazy defense,
Hmm.
which no, that's not. But that's how we see it as fans.
Yes.
We see, oh, Nicola's guy scored on him.
Yeah.
We didn't see that he was helping on XYZ.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Frustrates me, Donnie.
It's frustrating, and I think like
Because I
you,
don't think he plays bad defense.
I don't
Leads the
either.
league in steals. Or
Yeah,
not doesn't lead, but he's top 20 almost every season.
yeah, and tell me a center that's done that.
Never.
Yeah, like
Never.
um, I think you hit it right on the nail with attentive defense. Attentive defense is also known as team defense.
Yeah.
Like being aware of surroundings. It's not just, I mean, yes, it's man to man most of the time. I have noticed we've run some like weird zone type matchups,
Hmm.
which is difficult in the NBA with the 3 seconds in the paint. But the I look at the Celtics when it comes to team defense. It is so fun to watch.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of defense, that is the team to watch.
Yeah.
Um,
They're tenacious.
yeah, they're very good at talking.
So is OKC.
OKC is fantastic as well. You know, you
Mhm.
got Lou Dort in there. Yeah. But they're just it's it I feel like with the Nuggets sometimes it's more of like they worry too much about being scored on by their guy rather than as a collective, it's about making sure the other team just doesn't score.
Rotate and guard the ball.
Yes,
Yeah.
and like making the best decision that's for the team. I notice sometimes that the guys just switch a little too
We
easily.
switch willy-nilly like we're getting paid to do it.
Yeah, like there's times where
That can't happen.
yeah, like
Especially when we play the Spurs. You can't switch.
oh man, that's coming up too.
Can you imagine Jamal guarding Wemby?
Just give
No,
him
thank you.
yeah, just Jamal business decision, get out of the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Um,
Or
it's
foul him so hard that he remembers it
yeah, right.
like,
Like,
for the
hey,
rest of his career.
yeah, do not come back
Don't
in
injure
here.
him, but like,
Yeah,
let him have it.
give him a raspberry right on the thigh. Um, all right. Well, um,
All right.
yeah.
I got a question for you.
Okay, man.
When I'm witnessing us playing bad, I tend to eat my feelings.
Oh,
What's your favorite food when we go to I know we've talked about this.
yeah.
Has it changed? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, at Ball Arena.
Yeah,
Oh,
because we get to go to games. We share a
yeah.
half season package.
Yeah. I was, it's funny you said that because I normally don't get food. I just get drinks.
Yep.
However, there are times I do get food. And the other night when we were getting our tails kicked by the Cavs,
Cabs. Yep.
I looked at that smash burger line and thought, a round of tots might not be bad. Um, you know.
but you didn't.
I didn't. I resisted, I thought
You're soft, Donnie.
I was soft. And then I would, the second one, but this isn't, I wouldn't say this is for eating my feelings. This is just for me. Dippin' Dots, baby.
Oh man, Dippin' Dots.
Yeah, ballerinas improve their food. That first ring down below, they
Oh,
have some insane food.
oh man,
You got to go down there.
it should be open on nights there aren't games.
I know, right?
You
I'd go
could
eat
just,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
You got
dude,
one?
well, I mean, Smash Burger. You can't beat Smash Burger because of the price.
Yeah.
But dude, the nachos.
Yeah.
I I have had so many bowls of nachos that one of my resolutions this year is to consume only 10 pounds of nachos at Ballerina.
What are we at?
Well, I don't
Oh,
know.
starting on the
We're
first.
starting on the
Oh, okay,
first,
okay,
man.
okay.
I can tell you there was probably a month this year, not telling you which season, where I probably hit 10 pounds in that month.
Yeah.
My goodness, because those nachos, if you've ever had them, they are tasty.
Yeah.
Um, are you liking your seats this year?
Yeah, not bad. I think just being able to sit in yours and in Coach K's,
Hmm.
you get that seat envy,
Yes.
like,
Being in Coach K's last year,
yeah,
we felt that for sure.
yeah. But nonetheless, like I do like where I'm at. It's super easy to get in and out. I don't have to necessarily walk a bunch.
Yeah.
Like you guys are really close to the stairs there.
Yep.
Um, so like being on that balcony, it's nice. However, there was one game I was there with my cousin, and I'm sitting there, and the chair just falls.
You were telling me about this.
Yes, the chair just drops from, or no, that was there with Gus when this
Yeah.
happened.
Okay.
It just dropped, and I'm sitting there, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to miss the game. I went and talked to the stu or the like aisle person, the
Yeah.
usher,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, you have to come with me, and we got to talk to someone." I don't want to miss the game. I think this was when we came back against OKC.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I was like, I literally sat there with my knees up to my chest, making sure that I watched this game. Yes, that's how much I wanted to see
You're
that.
doing hack squats
Yeah. And
just to
then
watch this game.
and then I just assumed it would get fixed. So I didn't
Yeah.
say anything. And then the next day or the next game I went with my cousin and
Yeah.
it broke again.
Did you make them sit in that seat?
I should have. I should have. Luckily, like the entire first row of the balcony was empty. So
Okay.
we just moved down there.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, it worked out. But yeah, sorry. I am loving my seats. I think like being able to just pick games and go and you know, seeing the greatest basketball player to ever come through our state is just cool.
Yeah.
It's super cool.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you and I talk about it. He's not just the best basketball player to come through our state. He's one of the best of all time.
I
Yeah.
can't argue there.
And for him to play on a team that the only team that I've truly like put emotion into, yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's I don't know if I'm gonna do it next year, but this has been fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's worth it
yeah, like
watching him.
and I don't think I would have done it if I'd seen because you guys kind of went through the process and the idea of season tickets before anyone I knew had season tickets, I was like, oh, that's you gotta be like
A ritzy rich,
yeah,
ritzy
like
rich.
you gotta
Yep.
be living out in,
Yep. No.
the hills and Golden or something.
No, yeah. No, you can be a schmuck like me.
Yeah, right? Like you showed me the way.
I showed you the way,
Um,
the schmucky way.
are you liking your new seats?
Oh man,
I
we
loved them.
love them. We
Yeah.
love them. The only thing I don't like, which is another one of my resolutions, is that every time we go up there, I feel the need to the two people, because it seats 1 and 2, and then April and I have 3 and 4. Every time, Donnie, without miss, me. Let me squeeze on past you. And I can't not say it.
Hey there, fella. Can I
Yeah.
get past you?
Yeah, let me squeeze on past you. Oh, I'm gonna squeeze right past you. Oh, I'm just gonna squeeze through here. I can't not say it.
Yeah.
And then I say it again when we leave.
Yeah.
It's just
I
it,
don't know. I don't
it
want you to stop that,
it's
but I
it's
get
a
it.
bad habit, man. I feel like it's worse than picking your nose. So it's just, oh man.
That's good, buddy.
Yeah, it's horrible. But beyond that, man, we love our seats. The cup holders are still garbage.
Hmm.
The seats are super comfortable. We love having the railing in front of us.
Hmm.
I put my feet up all the time. I
Yeah.
stretch my back out a little bit. Just let me squeeze my foot up there for you.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. We would have to get a significantly better deal to even consider moving.
Yeah.
We really enjoy the seats.
Yeah.
Um, it's a game, it's a yearly decision as to whether or not you keep them.
Hmm.
Um, we probably won't, but maybe.
Yeah. Who knows?
If anybody wants to, we will be selling them for $1,000
Hmm.
per seat.
Do you guys know when you're cutting off when the baby comes?
March,
March.
March. That's the plan. It could be before,
Okay.
could be, it'll be March for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
March or before.
Okay.
So
I talked your cousin into going to a game with me.
really
Yeah, he's going to the Pelicans game. Yeah,
nice.
right. I gave him the selection of all the games. I first thought for sure he'd pick like a Friday or Saturday.
Yeah.
He wanted a Tuesday night.
A Tuesday night.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, buddy, I guess we're going.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Pelly's game.
yeah.
What day is that?
I think it's February like 3rd.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but
Hopefully Zion will be back, or is he?
he might get traded by then.
What's going on with him?
I don't know.
No one cares.
Yeah.
Anyway, um, what any other resolutions for the Nugs this year besides better defense and perhaps some better guard play?
Those are the two glaring things, right? Those are the two glaring things that kind of are going to define this season. The DeAndre Jordan experiment is kind of working.
I don't hate it.
Yeah, like when I say it's working, we're also comparing it to Dario Saric and Zeke Nashi.
Yeah, I mean,
So
yeah, it be better for sure.
yeah, like it's. Do I wish we had the DJ of say 8 years ago? Yeah. I mean, granted, he still couldn't shoot free throws back then, but
No, but we can't. No one on our team can shoot free throws anyway, so it doesn't
yeah,
matter.
right. Like, I think it's better, and we have been trying to stick to the 36 minutes
Yeah,
for Joker.
yeah,
I'm
36.
I know, right? Like, and it's funny because that's considered like low for him
Yeah,
when really we should be hoping for like 32.
2,
Yeah.
8 minutes a quarter, man.
But if he wants to play 36 and he thinks he can stay healthy through it, I I've got no qualms.
That's a full high school game 3 times a week.
Yeah. It's
I
crazy.
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
And he's got the entire team on his back.
Yeah, that's true.
Like this is not
Not only is he getting the cardio in,
yeah.
he's doing the scoring, the
Yeah.
rebounding, the
Yeah.
passing.
He's getting that weightlifting and he's doing squats with the whole team on his back.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
No, I did. This is kind of out of place, but I wanted to bring up those stats I kind of talked about
Yeah, I
earlier.
want to hear it, man.
So I just was quickly because there. I mean, for a while there, dude, I was like, Russ has got to start over Jamal.
He's got to.
Like in terms of energy, in terms of effectiveness,
Yep.
I just felt that Russ was the right one. However, I understand why he's not. You bench your 42 million a year guy that you can't trade. Then you're basically accepting you're throwing away 42 million. Like
Yes,
we still need Jamal,
we do.
you know. Um, but I did like a per minute stat this season for four different categories for Russ and Jamal. And when it comes to like points, Jamal is more per minute.
Hmm.
Um,
All of these are per minute, right?
yes. So
Okay.
like I broke it down because I'm like, if we do full on
That's
game averages, Jamal is probably going to be a little higher because he plays more.
yeah.
But like total assists, Westbrook is far and away ahead. Um, in terms of steals, Westbrook is way ahead. But turnovers, that's the one. That's the one that Russ leads Jamal in. That's not the one you want to lead in.
How much more does he? What's the number? What are the number breakdowns for
So
turnovers?
for turnovers, Russ averages 0.1047 per minute. And with Jamal, it's 0.06. So that's what, a zero point 0.4 difference or 0.04 difference.
To
Uh,
me, that's not. I mean that is a lot.
when
It's
you like compound it over so many minutes, it's quite a bit,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Because I looked at and we talked about how Jamal is playing so much more in total minutes. Jamal's played 841 this year,
Hmm.
and Russ has played 754. So Jamal's really only gotten a whole, I mean, 100 minutes sounds like a lot, but if you spread it out over how many games have we played? Oh, what, nearly 30 now?
Yeah,
It's not that many.
over 30. Yeah,
Yeah. And I
yeah.
mean, granted, Russ has started and he's started quite a few, and then Jamal was out for a while.
Yep.
So, I mean, the comparison is, I think what it shows more is Russ has been what we needed.
Yeah.
And I expect by the end of this year, and I hope that Russ's production here either stays the same or
Hmm.
goes up.
Hmm.
But I hope that Jamal is actually ahead of him in all these categories
Yeah.
because that means that Russ stayed at the same level and Jamal improved.
100%.
So we need that. I mean, you and I think earlier this year, and we still we still kind of are, but we're hammering. No, it's the big play, outside Joker,
Yeah.
and then you're hammering. It's the guard play, and now I'm moving back a little bit towards it is the guard play.
It's got to be consistent, man.
Yeah,
We do need a big though. We need to solve that problem. But the DJ minutes,
yeah. I mean, if we can get it to work, I mean, in the Cavs game, that first 6 minutes in the second quarter when we go without Jokic, sorry, Joker. Um, we were 0 plus minus. I mean, I'll take that any day of the week.
100%.
Yeah.
Twice on Tuesdays.
I mean, that wasn't really the huge problem. It was the fact that we just got blown out overall,
I know.
know,
Yeah.
right? Like, and so I think going forward, let's just, yeah, I don't know, man. We've got,
We have a winning record.
yes.
We are right now an established playoff team.
Hmm.
Or wait, no, seven,
Yes,
eight,
seven. We're
seven, yeah,
seven.
because 8, 9, 10, 11
Yeah.
is the play in.
7, 8, 9,
Oh, so we're
10.
we're a playing team.
We're a playing team,
We are a
technically.
playing
Yeah.
team.
Hmm.
So not quite established,
Yep.
but we're close.
Hmm.
Somehow the Lakers are above us. That's got to set a spark.
We're much closer to the second seed than the first seed. The first seed is gone.
Oh,
It's
it's
OKC's.
OKC's far
Yeah.
away.
The second seed, I can't remember who it was.
Or it's like 3 or 4 games that OKC's ahead, right? Which is a lot.
Yeah. Like we have 13 losses, they have five.
Yeah,
So,
that's a lot.
yeah. And I mean, we've
And
all played slightly different games or amount, but
they've been hurt so much.
I know
They
they,
just got J-Dub back. Chet's been out for
yeah, Chet will come back,
a
what,
month.
February?
Yeah.
I mean,
Jeez. Hip surgery.
yeah, man, I think our goal is to get top three, and I think it's obtainable, but we're gonna have to find some consistency. Um, and maybe that's my question to you. Like, guys from the bench, like you got Julian Strawther now getting a lot of minutes. Peyton Watson, I mean, he's starting some games because AG's out. Um, they're kind of the X factor if they come around.
Yeah. I just don't see a whole lot of consistency out of those guys.
Hmm.
Strother has impressed me more than I thought he would. Um, but at the same time, he is a lot like they all of our bench guys, in my opinion, are a lot like our starters in that they do not play defense.
Hmm.
I love DJ, and I know that he's good at blocking things, but he's slow.
Yes,
Um, Russ is sometimes,
falls asleep.
yep.
Yeah.
And Strother is a sophomore,
Hmm.
and it shows.
Hmm.
Hunter Tyson is a hustler, but he's also a step or two behind. He's also young,
Hmm.
and so I get it. But we don't have, and you mentioned this earlier, we don't have our stopper.
Hmm.
We need a bench stopper,
Yeah.
and so that's a challenge to those guys.
Yeah. Okay. Um, what else we got?
That's all I have today, man.
Okay.
That's all I have is just my resolutions of staying off the nachos and choosing different things to say to people when I'm trying to walk by them,
Yeah.
and watch as much basketball as I possibly can.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's going to be a fun year. I mean, the Cavs coming on this year
mhm.
has made it very interesting. I still don't really see them as the number one threat from the East. I still see it as the Celtics. However, they are a very big threat.
Mhm.
OKC is doing exactly kind of what we thought was going to happen. Minnesota's dropped off.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
However, before this season, you and I didn't realize they were going to trade Towns. So
Yeah, and I also even when they traded him, I didn't think they'd drop off this far.
yeah, same.
But good riddance to bad rubbish.
Yeah.
That's what I have to say.
Yeah.
So I'm not upset about it. Um, it makes me smile. And also the Knicks aren't doing, are they in third or fourth?
Yeah. They're in the top four, I think.
I would have pegged them to be a number
Me
one.
too. Me
Um,
too.
but I am also glad to see that they're not. I just love it.
Yeah. The parity in the East has definitely improved this year.
It has, and that's good.
Giannis is having a phenomenal season. Um, Dame, yeah,
He was my MVP pick, but
It,
Um,
I mean,
it's
yeah.
not close.
I mean, Joker would have to have a terrible second half of the
He would
season.
have to,
Yeah.
yeah, take a dump at half court.
Yeah.
But anything's possible, Donnie.
Yeah.
Even Rocky hit a half court shot last night. So,
Yeah, that's a
of
win.
course, I missed it.
Yeah. All right. Well, any last thoughts, advice for Nuggets and our fans out there?
Nuggets, play some defense, slide your feet. Fans, uh, only if you're strapped for cash, lay off the nachos. If you're not strapped for cash, as much nachos as you can. And please make sure you don't get the banana split Dippin' Dots.
Yeah, those aren't.
No,
No.
no, it's either rainbow or it's cookie dough.
Yep. Yep. Or
Every time.
cookies and cream. Come on, man.
Sorry, well, cookies and
Okay,
cream.
dude,
Yes,
we gotta do this all
my
over
fault.
again.
No, you're right. I rescind. I rescind. Cookies and cream, cookie dough, and the rainbow. I don't think do they do rainbow at Ball Arena?
It's a great question. But they used to. I know they do it at Rockies games.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good question.
I'll have to ask the boss.
I'll find out. We'll
Yeah.
find out this weekend or next, whenever next game is. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Can you remind the people for us?
Everyone, please do not forget to show some hustle. Go Nuggets.
Go Nuggets.
But what about Joker and Murray? Joker and Murray. Joker and Murray. Joker and Murray. If you got respect for the game, it's time that you put some respect on the name. Joker and Murray and Joker, a duo that cannot be tamed. You got seconds on the clock. There go Murray with the shot. Yeah, that's a Murray flurry in a hurry. Came to give it all you got. Everybody showing some hugs. It's in Nikola we trust. But you gotta have an MP jump shot, leaving the competition in the dust. Come up in the Mile High City, never coming down like AG50. You looking at a squad full of champions. Tell me now, ain't that nifty? Not talking about Boa, but Rocky gon' show up and give all the fans what they love. If there's a rim in vicinity, there ain't no question, gotta stay above. Them boys from the 5280 gon' pull up and always be about a bucket. In case you confused, yeah, you know what to do. I'm talking about the different nuggets. You heard of Magic and Bird. You heard of Shaq and Kobe. You heard of Jordan and Pippen. But what about Joker and Murray? Joker and Murray. Joker and Murray. Joker and Murray. You heard of Magic and Bird. You heard of Shaq and Kobe. You heard of Jordan and Pippen. But what about Joker and Murray? Joker and Murray. Joker and Murray. Joker and Murray. Why so serious? Coming from a walking, talking triple-double. Seems like we've been a problem, causing trouble ever since we left the bubble. They heard of an arrow that's green. We talking about Oliver Queen. But blue is the new one, he's reigning supreme. You can hate, but check the ring. Never underestimate the heart of a champion, it's Mike Malone. You could come for 7, but have your bags. Gotta know you're going home. You coming to play at the altitude. You better get your O2 ready. Cause it's gonna be a breathtaking experience. And you know we're gonna rock steady. Yeah, you heard of Magic and Bird and Jordan and Pippen and all the big threes. But what's it gonna take for these people to see that they should hop on and believe? We ain't content, so you better think twice if you think that we stopping at one. You dealing with Joker and Murray, don't worry, the fun has only just begun. You heard of Magic and Bird. You heard of Shaq and Kobe. You heard of Jordan and Pippen. But what about Joker and Murray? Joker and Murray. Joker and Murray. Joker and Murray. Joker and Murray.